What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Thursday edition of the YSN Power Hour. DJ Yoakley with you, along with Matt Seidel, Quinn Pushkar, and yes, we have the live look-in feed coming from Youngstown State University. It's going to be the Ursuline game, and they're up, I think, 6-0 at last glance before the intro started. But we're going to have it all here for you, so you can watch this game and listen to us go banter back and forth. We'll do some drop-ins with Anthony and who else is out there? Billy Mack. So we'll do some drop-ins there, but we're going to talk about some sports. But first, we have to talk about, naturally, what is our day of the, National Day of whatever. It's National Grape Popsicle Day here, guys. We talked about it before the show. I'm a huge popsicle guy, but grape is probably pretty low on the draft list. So from that standpoint, are you a popsicle guy? And is grape high, low? Is it like the offense? No offense, coach. Is it the offensive lineman where it's the sturdy one? If it's there and it's the only one left, you'll eat it, or is it a little bit higher ranking?
I get what you're saying. It's old reliable for me. I'm definitely a popsicle guy. As a big guy, you're looking for any way you possibly can to cool down in the summer. And so, popsicles got to be the go-to. Plus with having, 5 little nieces under the age of 5, we constantly got popsicles on hand.
So is it your top draft choice?
It's not my top draft choice, but, you're right. It's that old reliable that if it's there, my top draft choice is always going to be orange.
We get to go Ursuline from We Are Youngstown. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. 6-0, the Ursuline lead. And I'll tell you what, Kernan's troops are roping the softball today, gentlemen. Quinn, great popsicle. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Where is it at for you?
Absolutely. But I don't know, are we talking popsicle with the stick or like the little icy thingies that you had in the back that I ate about 500 of?
I mean, when I think of popsicles, I think of the push pops, like the ones that we have.
100% grape then. Yeah. Grape's my number one on those.
Really?
Those are just so good.
Number one.
You said push pops. Are you talking about those ones in the clear plastic that
yes,
they're like all ice?
Yeah.
With a little bit of flavoring to them?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is a popsicle where I come from.
I think of a popsicle as having the stick, and usually it had a joke on it when you were growing up.
The fact is that the stick popsicle is a joke. That is. I don't know. Like it's funny you say that because the girls asked for stick popsicles because they saw it on a cartoon. Like they don't know those exist. So now we've got to go get stick popsicles. Are you a stick popsicle guy over the what did I call it? A
push pop? I mean, I like the popsicle on a stick because that one comes in the root beer flavor. And I like that root beer flavor.
Yes.
I see you. I see the root beer flavor is solid. But
yeah.
I feel like they double down on those giant clear bags. You get a like Sparkle or whatever. They double down on the banana. And we talked about banana. We don't like the banana.
Oh, I like the banana ones.
You do?
I do.
I'm
down with those. I like those.
You're everybody's best friend. Like you are every like soccer mom's best friend because you'd come over, I guarantee, and there is 75 banana pops, and they're like, "Oh, Quinn likes these. Here you go, sweetheart."
Absolutely.
Here, take a couple home.
Absolutely. I mean, look at me.
Give some to Jeffrey, your butler, and you like have him put them in your third freezer.
You mean to tell me you don't got a freezer in the garage filled with popsicles?
I don't.
Quinn's been to my house, so I can't deny the fact that I've got a freezer and a refrigerator in my garage.
Yeah, but that's because, Coach, there's nobody on this that watches this show that routinely tunes in and doesn't think that there is a deer in that freezer somewhere in the year.
There's definitely deer. There's venison in the freezer at all times.
There's deer, and then there's purple popsicles.
And maybe a couple bush lattes.
That is a guarantee. Perfect segue, Mr. Page, into the happenings, I guess, of yesterday. It all started with the rain. The rain started canceling things left and right. It started just dousing. I mean, we had a cancellation as early as 9 a.m. yesterday. before anything hit, Niall said, we're getting ahead of this. We're done. South Range are playing tomorrow. And then it was dominoes from there. It was one after the other until Louisville stands tall and says, we're playing. And I'll tell you what, guys, I was there. It was a packed house. It was unbelievable.
I thought it would be. That Salem crowd, they travel really well. It's been the year of the Quaker, as we've heard from EB and Coach Hamilton and everybody over in Quakerland. And, you had a big day yesterday with Lane Rhodes on the bump and the Quakers with their, chance to get to the district or to win the district championship for the first time in a while. It was a big day for the red and black.
And I'll tell you what, the crowd was hilarious because Chardon brought a crowd as well, and they tried to get in Lane Rhodes' head. They couldn't get it, so they went to Beck, the catcher. Couldn't get in there either. And then they were just like, yeah, we're just going to back off now. Like, when Salem scored 2 in the bottom of the first, they kind of quieted down, and then Chardon scored 1, I think, in the 5th, and then they were all amped up again. And then when Salem scored, it was awesome because it was like literally, I'm going to say a minute and a half before just a torrential downpour for about 5 minutes. So they scored 1 on a Corey Risen shot, a triple into the gap that scored the pinch runner, Bailey, and then you had I'm trying to think who else it was. It was Hunter Carlisle came in after the rain delay and throws a shot right up the middle and scores the runner from third, and that was, you knew it was over because Lane was not giving up 3 runs. He just wasn't. He was playing on a different level. You could see it in his eyes. You could see, like, he was not going to let Chardon beat him yesterday. And he wants one team. I'm not going to say that team. They play in about an hour. He
also
wants one team really bad. Yes.
Yeah. No, and a tip of the cap to you, DJ, because that shot afterwards of Coach talking to his team and the players just being all hyped up, that video was awesome to see come out last night after the game was over.
Yeah, there was a little bit of some speech in there that we caught that I could have beeped out, but I was like, you know what? Just let it go.
Listen, kids are passionate in the moment, and players, coaches, everybody. You work years and years to get to this point, and sometimes something's going to squeak out, and it happens.
Paige was the banana popsicle kid.
Paige was the banana popsicle. Okay, I could see it.
See, I told you. Banana popsicles, man.
No. Just remember, you're on Paige's side here. This isn't like this is Paige.
Take them when you can get them, I guess.
Paige was throwing shade on my Pirates, so I had to fire back. There was a terrible, terrible play. I don't know if you guys saw it yet. Javi Baez started running down first base, stopped, and then ran back towards home. There was a runner at third, and the first baseman tracked Baez in, tried to throw the ball to the catcher and tag. The runner was safe at home. Then Baez takes off to first base. They throw the ball into right field. Baez goes to second base, and then he ends up with 2 bags off what, 2 errors, 3 errors, just sitting there. But then he throws shade and says, "How can this team be in the major leagues?" And I said, simply I put, because they haven't been no hit twice this season.
Oh. Ouch. As an Indians fan, yes, that's a good burn.
I mean, you got to know. There's somebody out there that goes, hey, when you get no hit twice, maybe the yapper goes quiet.
He was probably claiming his Padres allegiance at that moment.
I saw Billy claim his Padres allegiance once again yesterday on the show.
Yeah, when they get hot, those guys seem to come out of the woodwork.
Yeah, well, how about let's talk about West Branch last night. Anthony and Alec took the ride out to Akron and did that game. They postponed it until 8 o'clock. They moved it from, what was it supposed to be? Was it supposed to be a 4 o'clock or something like that? And then they moved it to 8?
Yeah, I think a 4 o'clock, and then it got pushed back to 8, and then 8:20 it ended up starting?
Yeah, Anthony's like, listen, I'm taking that ride. He loves Firestone. Loves Firestone. A lot of memories there for him. And I said, listen, you go get it. Go get it. I mean, we talked through it with Paul and Quinn. Go get it. You want it? Go for it.
It's a really cool facility for softball. You know, like I had a chance to go over there when West Branch made their last run over there and kind of check it out. And that was my first time being there, and you just can't beat the atmosphere.
No, it's really cool. And people don't know Babe Ruth actually played in that stadium.
I did not know that. That's pretty neat.
Somebody told me that a couple years ago when we were there. There's actually, I believe, a plaque somewhere in the facility that talks about him playing there. I mean, that's awesome. You know,
that's big time.
Well, yeah, and people just look at it as, well, it's just softball, but like softball to me, it's one of my favorite sports. I got to be honest. It's fast. It's exciting. I mean, just watch these kids. I mean, 6-0 Ursuline. Watch this game as you're listening to us gab on about it, but. I mean, from West Branch's standpoint, it was a close game, kind of chip, and then all of a sudden they exploded in a walk-off with Jordan Anderson. She pitched a gem, and then she hits a game-winning Mercy Rule home run that sends them to the next level. West Branch never seemingly gets to as much love as they should, but I think they're proving themselves once again as far superior in our area, and again lacking a little bit of coverage from everybody else. When is this team finally going to get their due? I mean, is it a situation of they're just kind of in the middle of nowhere of everybody's coverage and nobody wants to go that extra mile? Greenwood, I see you running commercials to get them. Is it that, or is it something else?
I think it's got a lot to do with location. And, you know, as a guy that's kind of from out here too and coaches out here now too, you know, it's the very, very far southwestern edge of Mahoning County. And it's hard to travel to. And, you know, when you're talking about West Branch, you've got a school district that basically covers 3 counties. It gets into Mahoning, Columbiana, and Stark a little bit. So it's a difficult drive for anybody. You know, you're kind of in between the Youngstown and the Canton markets, and Cleveland's obviously not coming down that far. So it's hard to do, but, you know, take nothing away from the job that, you know, Coach Woods and her staff and, you know, just the entire community have done with building that softball program into a perennial powerhouse.
Hang on real quick. We're going to go to a live drop-in.
Back-to-back innings with leadoff doubles, as we saw Ursuline score in the last inning with back-to-back doubles to start off.
So a leadoff double for Ursuline. Quinn, I'm with you. I like the all white unis.
Yeah,
definitely. It just looks good in person. It looks really good.
Here's the other thing about West Branch, and I know that we're gonna get a lot of people that kind of roll their eyes, and might get a little frustrated from this comment. I think West Branch and Salem are in that same boat of they're just far enough out of touch with the terrestrial media, so to speak, that they don't get the coverage that they're due, or necessarily they stay off the radar. Let's put it that way. And I think there's some advantages to that, but as a kid, that would piss me off. You know what I mean? Yeah. That nobody's covering us. You're not getting the headlines. And I'll be honest, there's a lot of people that are surprised Salem has made it this far, but I remember going back into March and saying, look out for Salem. Look out for this team. Lane Rones is a gunslinger. His younger brother, Carson, is a stud in the making, a freshman starter at shortstop, and you've got all the guys that fell in. West Branch
Darius Beck behind the plate, plays X-line out in center field. Yeah. You know, there's just Jackson Johnson. You could just go on and on about Salem's team.
But this West Branch girls softball team, and really all of their girls sports, is the same. They are so underrated, so like constantly going under the radar. Nobody notices them until it's too late. Am I wrong? Like, I feel like now they're on everybody's radar and they go, whoa, where did this team come from? Where's West Branch? You know, and they go, Beloit. Where the hell is Beloit? And then you realize, oh my gosh. And that's the funny thing about this time of year is we have those relationships. It's fun to, Anthony is huge on West Branch. If you didn't hear his call last night, it was phenomenal. He and Alec did a great job. And I think Alec's going back on Saturday at noon for the next one. So it's fun, but these girls they're so good. They're so talented. You go back a year and they're in the Final Four for basketball. Now they're making their way in softball again. Sid Mercer is an absolute stud when it comes to, everything softball. She's multi-sport athlete, volleyball, basketball, and softball, I think, is probably her best sport. And she just continues to go. And then you got Jordan Anderson on top, who's just throwing, just like rolling dice. Just snake eyes every single time. Pow, pow, pow. And it's West Branch is a force, man. I'm proud.
Do you think that the Salem and West Branch thing has anything to do with the fact that they're in that EBC conference that kind of spans all the way over into Canton with, you're talking about you're all the way down into Minerva, you're down into Carrollton, and there's not really that anchor school that's in the middle of Mahoning County or, over towards the Youngstown area that gets that conference the love it deserves.
Oh, boy. That's a big error.
Yeah.
It bounced off of I don't know if you saw that. It bounced off the second baseman's glove into shallow center field, and wow, that's a big one. Especially down 7-0.
Yeah.
I think there's something to that. I think there's something to what you're saying. This is going to come out wrong. It's a weird conference, right? It's a weird.
It is.
Just from the EOAC makes a lot of sense to me. There's a couple that I would probably still look at and be like, okay, they make sense to be in this. NE8 makes a lot of sense to me, but I look at the EBC and I go, okay, so you're here, you're over here, you're like, once Louisville left the conference, it kind of shook everybody,
Well, it gets even weirder now with Canton South leaving,
right?
And being down another team. You're talking about 5 teams being left in that conference now. It's just you start to wonder where are the logical teams to come into there to make it a traditional 8-team conference, or are we going to eventually see Minerva leave for a different opportunity where they can maybe be more competitive in football? The size of schools, it kind of varies quite a bit. When you talk about, Alliance being probably the biggest school in that conference by almost 100 kids.
What's the average travel time between those schools, do you think?
That's a good question, because if you're, like Salem and you're Minerva, it's not a bad trip between those two. But if you're, talking about Canton South when they're in it now and they're going all the way to Salem, that's got to be a 40-minute drive by bus.
Yeah, I mean, we did the Louisville jaunt yesterday and on Monday, obviously, but it was an hour. You know what I mean? Like, it's to me, it's nothing, but I'm an hour from everything in East Palestine. I'm pretty sure I'm an hour from California if I really played my cards right. But
that's on the YSN jet.
Well, yeah. That's in the Equinox. But I think that when it boils down to, like, now you're starting to look around. Do you feel like we're a year or two away from another conference shakeup? Like, I feel like it's coming. I feel like that eerie, like, okay, people are getting the honeymoon is over with these new conferences. Now you've got people who are like, it would be nice to have this team back in our conference or play these guys or these gals again. I think we're a year or two away from seeing that, or at least seeing some different pieces show up in different conferences, and you go, oh, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
And I think that's what people are going to say.
Yeah, I'm interested in Quinn's take on this as being in that EOAC. And then, I can kind of give you an idea from the MVAC standpoint.
EOAC was, sorry, I was severely distracted. I got YSU going here. And
just asking if you think it's pretty close to being a conference shakeup again.
I think it could be. I mean, there's definitely, maybe not so much in like the EOAC because we're pretty relatively close, I would say, to everybody in our conference. I mean, you got some outliers like Wellsville and Southern that are kind of out there compared to where we're at in Valley Christian. But for the most part, we're within probably a half hour, 35 minutes of everybody. I don't know where else you can add to our conference, to be honest with you, other than maybe like a Liverpool or something like that geographically. School size-wise, I don't think there's anywhere we can add, you know what I mean? But I think in some conferences, Yeah, no, well, that's one of those ones that I think could join us. I don't know what they want to do. I don't know
I'm
if they
sorry,
want
I
to be in
missed
the
that. Who's that?
EOAC. Heartland.
Oh yeah,
I mean, they're one of those ones that
no
can fit into a couple different categories. I think. I mean, I think they can go into ours. I think they could find a home in the MVAC. Honestly, with some of those teams in there, um, I would love to have Heartland in with us. I think that'd be a great matchup. Speaking of it from a basketball standpoint, I think that'd be a great matchup. I got dust in my eye too. I'm falling apart over here. But I think there's room for a shakeup in certain conferences. I think there's some outliers. Ones that kind of pop into my head is like the NE8 with Jefferson, something like that, where you got to travel an hour to go play. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but who am I to judge, I guess?
Well,
but some conferences, I think there could be a
issue,
shakeup.
Right.
Quinn, you're on big time lag right now.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I'm severely struggling with internet right now.
Well, you got what, 7 minutes left, so 6 minutes. So let's get to your beef before you get kicked off of the Huxhole Net 5K.
Yeah, no beef for me. Just a fillet. It goes to my sister. Today's her birthday. I know I'm a pain in the ass a lot of times to her, and I know she watches this a lot because she likes poking fun at me for things I say. But happy birthday, Maddie. I am proud of you. Surprisingly, you graduated and I guess you have my parents more support than I do. They didn't think I was graduating, but you did, and they believed in you. So I guess by default I do too. But happy birthday, Maddie. Love you. I'll see you later.
Happy birthday, Maddie. The better push card prevails once again.
Is she mom and dad's favorite?
Absolutely. Not even close.
There's a favorite in every family, and it's not me and mine either.
Not me.
Oh, here we go. Hey, we got something down here, boys. Hang on. We're doing the drop-in. See what Billy Mack's got to say.
Still, 90 strikeout is coming into the new day. Can get him. I am just more impressed with the fact that he only has 18 walks.
Umpire's like, you still talking?
Toss his ass.
So
Easy, Quinn. This is a
make him pay that
show.
fine.
Bay is 1 for 2 today, and he singled to left field. She poked that down the line.
Billy Mack on the play-by-play, a little PXP.
How about that?
Billy and his stupid little poke shots.
I wonder if they'll flip for South Range. I wonder if Anthony will be the play-by-play and Billy will be color guy.
They should. Who's pitching for South Range today?
All right, buddy. Take care.
See you, Quinn.
I gotta believe it's gonna be Bree Kohler.
So
just a guess.
Neat little side note: I met Bree's brother's fiance last night. We were talking South Range softball for a long time.
Where do I want to know where you were?
So her parents are my parents' next door neighbors.
Gotcha.
I was out helping Dad with yet another project.
The fiance's parents.
The fiance's parents,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fred. If you ever meet Bree's parents, they're awesome. Fred and Sandy, they are.
That's what it sounded like.
Cream of the crop. I want to rip right up the middle.
Ooh, that was a shot.
Underneath the glove. Oh. A 9-0 lead. I mean, this is a situation where Ursuline can end it with one swing in the bottom of the 6th, and I'm going to put it out there. I'm calling the shot. I'm calling a game winner dinger. I don't know who's going to do it. Holland, maybe? It's been a minute since we saw a Barbado home run.
That's the thing about that Ursuline lineup is they're just dangerous from 1 through 9.
And those are the teams you don't want to mess with, man.
Right.
Like, that's Salem. That was Salem yesterday. That's Canfield. 1 through 9 can go yard on you.
Yep. That's, and to a degree, that's West Branch's softball team too. And tip of the cap to the West Branch and Sebring communities because it's still a combined softball program down here. And they just kind of develop them through the years.
Yeah. No, that's phenomenal. The other team I want to talk about that they don't get a whole lot of pub anywhere is Heartland Christian, man, for baseball.
Yeah.
Wow. They're putting up 17 runs. the other night against Southern, like, that's a district semifinal that they're putting up 17 runs.
You know, we talked about them yesterday on the show for quite a while, but, you know, I'll just say again that I think that's a really intriguing matchup between them and JFK. You know, there's some seasoned veterans on that Heartland Christian team.
Yeah. I really like Galt behind the dish. Aaron Galt, that kid is an absolute stud. He is, like, you should have seen some of the plays that he was making at Scene. What was that, Monday? Had to be Monday. No. Tuesday. It was Tuesday. I mean, he was another solid catcher in this area, which, you know, warms my heart.
Jeez, we've seen so many of them this year. When you know, think about Beck at Salem, and you think about Roth at Fitch, and, you know, the catching is just tremendous this year.
Yeah, I mean, and then you have another one in the other dugout with Hadley.
Yes.
And he's a freshman, and he's a stud. Cam versus Caleb Graft, and I'll tell you what, if you got time to go to Scene Park tonight, make your way there. But if you don't, spend the $9.99 and buy the power play. Just like you're seeing right now. You get this game starting now, and then you get it all the way through the games tonight. 3 great games on the docket on YSN.
And the great news is, if you buy one, you get them all.
That's it.
You know, I mean,
you can flip.
If you're a baseball or a softball fan and you're not, you know, tuning in every day on YSN, you must not be that big of a fan.
No, I mean, we've gotten a ton of views this year, and obviously, you know, we got heckled yesterday on our social media, of course, through the chat. That
right.
You know, why are you making people pay for these games? And we've said it a zillion times. If we've said it once, it's not ideal for us, but we're being charged $100 a game. The game, like, we're giving you this game for free essentially by watching our show. So we want you to be able to watch the game while we're watching, because really we want to watch the game too. You know, we're fans.
Listen, that's why it's up today, is because, you know, DJ and I we're nerding out over watching some games here.
All right, we got 9-0, runner at second. Can't see the third base bag.
Looks like.
I don't think there's somebody there, so I think it's just second.
I'm seeing a shadow there, though. See, there's kind of a leg showing through. Yeah, there's definitely a runner out there.
Yep, you're right.
If you're Brookside, you desperately need this to keep this game alive.
I'll tell you what. Let's hit a commercial, and then we'll come back and we'll let them talk a little bit.
For sure.
All right, we're going to take a break. Be back after this on the YSN Power Hour. Don't you dare go anywhere.
Your first and last stop with your tax return should be with me, Tracy Bryden at Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown. No other dealer goes the extra mile to bring you the largest selection of vehicles at one convenient location. With guaranteed credit approval, I will find you the right vehicle and the right financing options for you. I am ready to go the extra mile to show you why no other dealer sells more cars, finances more, and gets you more for your refund than Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
Jimmy Sudman here, Director of Isle, Purple Cat, and Golden String. We are happy to support YSN and 2 of my favorite people, Scotty Mincher and Super Dave O'Malley. We are an agency that provides services for adults with disabilities. We infuse humor, passion, and joy into their lives. If you know of any folks with disabilities that need our assistance, please contact us.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
All right, we're back here in the YSN Power Hour, top of the 7th inning. How is Ursuline the away team?
That's kind of what I was wondering. I thought they'd be the higher seed.
It must be the way the brackets are set up, because they had that with Heartland and Southern the other day, where Heartland was the away team. It's got to be this too. So we're going the full 7 in Youngstown. Ursuline got out of the jam during the break. Oh boy, big fly, back, and a ground rule double. Yeah, don't turn back. You don't want to run that way. Big shot there.
Ground rule double, but she's standing on third.
No. There's a.
Oh, there was a runner on.
Yeah, there was a runner on.
I missed that.
There was 2 outs, and Ursuline got the ground out over to second base.
That must have happened right when we went to break.
It did. I felt bad because I tried to juice up the drama a little bit. But now Ursuline with a 9-0 lead, and runners at second and third. We're going to see a pinch runner at second, and opportunity knocks for the Irish. I mean, it's going to be, if they win, it's going to, I mean, they can put as many more runs as they want right now, because we're playing the bottom of the 7th. It doesn't matter.
You're right.
We were talking about conferences. A lot of interesting teams I would love to see kind of flip around. Family of however many can watch for the price of one OH. Thank you, Mark Roth.
Yeah, great point by Mark.
Yeah, and that's what's crazy is the tickets are what, $10 a piece?
Yeah, and that was the cool thing about yesterday too, is checking in on my social media while you were out there doing the game. I started seeing shots from friends of mine in Salem that they were huddled together on their couch and had the air conditioning on, and were watching, had it up on the big screen TV over top of the fireplace. Just really cool opportunities.
And we love getting those pictures. I mean, to me, it's the coolest thing in the world. And sometimes I have to remind myself, like, this is ours, right?
Yes.
This is what we do. It's weird to hear that, because you'd think that we'd be like, oh, we started this. Blah,
just
blah.
Used to that, yeah.
No, we're not. You never get used to somebody sending you a picture of their TV and like, this is awesome. So 11-0 now.
Not only that, but never get used to people being like, when you're further away, people saying to you, oh, hey, yeah, I do know YSN. Like, it happened to Quinn and I over at Thurman Munson with a couple of Massillon Tiger fans.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild. We got Jackson Johnson's grandmother coming up to me yesterday, and, are you YSN? I said, yes, ma'am. Well, we are. And she's like, oh, we love it so much. We live in Dayton, and we watch as many YSN Salem games as we can. And I'm like, that's what it's for. This is what it's for, and this is what it's for. Like, how cool is this? We're sitting here, people are listening to us talk about sports, and we're watching a playoff softball game. Like, this is as cool as it gets to me. This is something I've always wanted, kind of Mystery Science Theater-esque.
A little bit, yeah. Good reference.
Man, Ursuline is good.
Ursuline is good. And, if they, knock on wood, both make it there, them and South Range is going to be such a fun matchup.
Is that Saturday?
I think it would be.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, that's a bolt. Right field. She did
Let's
it again.
Go.
Oh, no. I don't know if Coach Kernan put the brakes on or what.
Listen,
the arm.
It's a tournament. I don't think you're putting the brakes on.
I don't think he believes. There he is. Coach of the year, Mike Kernan.
The man himself.
The only guy that probably will ever, or gal for that matter, will ever win basketball and softball. Coach of the year. I have to believe that's the case.
That's something to talk about too. That's a really hard switch when the two seasons are right next to each other.
I can't imagine.
No, I mean, when I get done with football season, I'm just so spent. I need a season off.
Well, you see husband and wife do it, and that's normal, right? But to be one guy and to be able to successfully transition from basketball season to softball season, and be ranked in the state and keep both programs chugging along. Obviously, he's not going to do it next year because he stepped down from the position for basketball. But, it's a situation where Ursuline didn't really miss a step when it came to, Mike Kernan being the head varsity basketball coach. And I think that's a testament to his leadership more than anything.
Oh, for sure. And it speaks to the culture that he's able to build, because when you can carry it from one sport over to another and you've got some of the same kids, some different kids, a different mix in there, it's almost like it becomes one big cohesive family. And, we've talked about it like with Springfield before, where all of their sports seem to have the exact same vision. And when you've got, a program like that, and it's a tip of the cap to the athletic directors too, because they kind of are key in putting that culture in place and bringing the right coaches into place. But when you get them all there at the same time, it can turn into something really special.
Let's see if I can drop in on the boys.
Somebody's trying to drop in on the show.
You're trying to drop in on me. Hang on one second. Let me see if we can get this up. There it is. All right. Hey.
So full count. And runners on first and second, nobody out in the top of the 7th inning. 11-0 your score here at Youngstown State University.
Billy Mack. People are like, who the hell is that?
The Golden Tones.
Oh,
man.
And Coach Cran is going to wave the runner home. And no play at the plate. Now runners will advance on the wild throw. So Arizona will have a RBI single and will advance on the throw as the U symbol is being thrown around here at Youngstown State University. Throw it up. 12-0 now.
There's a 100% chance that Billy was throwing it up right there.
They steal it from Miami, I think.
Oh yeah, he definitely is.
The old 80s, 90s U thing. Well, we are going to have a Joe Dickey Electric Mound visit. So
there it is.
We'll be back right after
Look at that. Look at the comments.
What?
Not only are we dropping in on him, he's dropping in on us.
I love it. I love it. Scouting us. We're just trying to give you some love, Billy. We're trying to give you some extra viewers and some people that see Paige gets it. This is the coolest thing ever.
Paige is right. It is the coolest thing. And it's so cool to be able to have the comments next to us there too.
Yeah, I love this. I think that if we could do this on a Saturday night, this would be phenomenal. Audible call is the go-to, but I think if we can mix this into the Audible call, I think that'd be dynamite. Billy Mack's loving life right now because he's getting heard on 2 different channels of YSN.
He's hitting the big time.
He's obviously not paying attention because there's a lot of dead air there.
Yeah, that's right. He was busy texting. He can't multitask like that.
I can't do it both. I can hear him. I can't.
He's got his hands like this. He's trying to text with his nose and call the game at the same time.
I'm excited to. I mean, the fact that those 2 in the booth, that's fun. It's 2 different personalities, 2 different characters.
Well, and it really speaks to the depth of the bench that we have here at YSN.
Sure does.
When you've got 2 really talented, really knowledgeable softball people that you can put on a game like this, who else can do that?
I don't know anybody.
I don't
ESPN
either.
Maybe. I mean, that's as close as you're gonna get.
When you've got that kind of a budget and you can pay some of these former Team USA members, that's probably it.
We have Anthony Hartwig. We have Billy Mack. That's what we need. The softball voices of the community. I'm really impressed by. I mean, you know what we have. We've seen Ursuline many, many, many times. But Brookside, do you think they got blindsided? No half pun intended.
You have to kind of wonder that. And you noticed, on that last play where they scored, the throw came in and it went wide and it allowed the runners to advance. I feel like those are just the little things that you have to pick up on when you're watching tape on Ursuline and say, we can't do these things if we expect to be in the game with them.
I'm going to give credit here. And look at Brookside. The body language isn't bad.
No.
Typically, if you're down 12 runs and it's the 7th inning, there's hands on hips. There's, they're doing this guy with their you know what I mean? Like, there's frustration because it's your last game. That one gets rolled over to the shortstop. They go across the diamond in time. No. So good beating feet over to first base.
Makes it 13, right?
Yeah, they need to add another one. You don't want to be stuck on 13. That's not a good number.
No.
But, I mean, you look at that and you go, like, you applaud them, right? Because, I mean, You're down 13-0, and this could be it's over, right?
Listen, it's no secret that, we're trying to rebuild that's another one of those little things that you just can't do. You see the runner advance from second to third there. But it's no secret that, we're trying to rebuild a program in Sebring. And it's one of the things that we talk to our kids about all the time is, sometimes in the past you could see the body language change and you just knew that the game was over at that point. And, we've showed them film on teams that have come back from big deficits and, just all the big comeback stories that are out there. And you got to play till the final whistle and see what happens.
Did they just never put 13 on the board? Or is it?
I thought there was a run that came across. Maybe they might have missed it. But I'm with Mark Roth. I think that's going to be really cool when we get to that point.
I'm interested to see what Mark's talking about.
So I think he means something just like this, where we've got like a panel of people that are watching along and kind of commenting and, maybe an expert or two.
Oh, this baby is coming. Let me tell you.
Not that we're experts.
It is right around the corner, Marky. It is right. Like, we are there. Like, we are. This is beta right here. You're seeing beta testing live on the Power Hour. Make no mistake about it, because how cool would that be?
Oh, it'd be awesome. When you think about, some of the people that we could potentially bring in, where you're talking about, you could potentially have maybe an athletic director dropped in or a former coach dropped in or a couple of former players on the broadcast with you. It'd be awesome.
Update from Dayton. It looks like the Gwins are down 2-0 as it stands. At least that was the update I got.
Yeah, I saw that one come across. Hoping they can come back from that.
Yeah, and because if they lose, they play again tonight.
Right.
And that's
a tough task.
Yeah, it's a tall task, because then you if you burn through your bullpen today, what do you have left?
You got to be careful.
For a long
with that.
weekend. It makes for a very long weekend.
It does for sure.
You know what's incredible to me? Is left-handed softball pitchers. Oh, yes. Back to the wall. Nope, they got her.
Got her.
Look at the
tagging up, though. Wow.
That's Vladdy Jr. out in right field.
Jeez. That looks like some of those men's beer league softball throws I've seen.
Yeah, you just hide the...
Where you got a guy that right just field. Ropes it, yeah.
All right, let's check in on... Oh, no, I don't want Siri. Uh-oh, we're frozen.
Uh-oh.
It's because Siri's up. Get out of here. There we go.
And you got runners on. First pitch swinging right up to the shortstop, throwing over to the second baseman and not going to be in time. And a run will come across the score, making it 14-0.
I think they get the force out at second.
Force out at second, correct. Did I skip that? I might have. So fielder's choice.
Got him.
Cut the score.
We got him.
Come on, Ant.
Another substitute here. Number 22, Lily Ditz.
I love Billy's broadcast voice.
Well,
yeah. It's so different from his...
She makes fun of me all the time, my wife, because there's my broadcast voice, which this is not it. And then there's my regular voice. Billy has a broadcast voice.
Quinn was giving me crap about mine on Tuesday.
You have a broadcast voice?
Oh, yeah.
So that would be strike number one.
About third broadcast in, it kind of came out of me.
It was a single looking for her first RBI.
Anthony's the only guy that I've ever met that doesn't have, like,
he's the same.
Yeah.
When we talk to him in the office, when you talk to him on the phone,
Pitch swinging right over to the
it doesn't
base,
change.
Picked up and thrown out for out number 3.
Let's let him take it to break
so
here.
we'll head to the bottom of inning number 7. 15-0 is your score.
They missed another one.
You know,
and giant advertisement.
Giant WRS. And that's what I was just going to mention too, was it is so cool to see the advertisers flashing in the top right of the screen over there while the game's going on. Listen, I know I'm the advertising guy and I'm biased on this, but if you're a local business, why would you not want to have your logo up there all the time?
Right on cue.
Right on cue.
Right. It's like you drew it up. Turn the page on how you advertise your business. People are always like, there's no way that papers are $600 to $1,500 a day. There's no way. Who made this graphic? And I said, I did.
Yeah.
Because I was going to advertise in a paper that shut down, and they told me it was $1,500 for one advertisement. And I was like, whoa, one time, not for a month, not for a year, which is what some, let's let the cat out of the bag here. $1,500 is what some of our advertisers spend in a year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of our lower tiers, but it's what's affordable for them. We're not looking to break the bank in advertising at all. What we're looking to do is get you to support your teams.
And that's the really cool thing about, this kind of media is, we've talked about it before. We've got that ability to be flexible, and we can kind of customize and tailor packages to fit any business's needs. We're not looking to rake you over the coals and take all your money. We're looking to help you promote your business.
All I got to say is we had a record week last week. That's what I'm saying.
It. See, right there it is.
And they're going to have a new advertisement coming up on Monday.
Ooh, looking forward to seeing it.
I can't. Well, I'm working on it right now, man. It is. I am surprised that I got. I'll put it this way. I'm surprised I got the video that I got.
Yeah.
Being the state that I was in that day.
We had a good day that day.
That was a fantastic day. That's a day that needs to happen again very soon.
Yeah, I think we got to put that on the books at least bi-monthly.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking to do the YSN World Tour with golf, and I think that's going to be. I think that's going to be a smash hit. I really do.
Oh, I think so too. I think it'd be cool. It's kind of that Jimmy Hanlon style, in the rain delays for the Indians game where you're out on the course and, you've got local coaches or players that are out there with us, and we just get a chance to kind of, in a more relaxed setting, talk about sports.
And that's the bigger thing on it. I mean, we're talking about sports. We're talking about life. We're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, the one guy I just cannot wait to get out there on the course with is Coach Yeagley.
Yeah.
I've golfed with him before as part of like a group. Like we were at the South Range outing. But if you were able to mic us up in our conversations after our coaches' corners, they are very fruitful and I just ask questions about life and
so
how do you get here?
That's the thing about Coach Yeagley too, is he's that fatherly figure. Like even as a peer, as another coach, I've told the story before that I walked into my first meeting as the head coach, and Coach Yeagley came right over. Hey Matt, congratulations! I'm so happy for you. Is there anything that we at South Range, not even just me as an individual, but we at South Range can do for you in the Sebring program? I was just blown away and taken aback. And, as a young coach, that's what you aspire to be like.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's one of my role models. He's one of my heroes. He knows it. I tell everybody, I said, listen, when you get into the Hall of Fame, I better be the guy that's bringing you in. Whoa! Whoa!
Oh, the camera.
Let's get to Anthony. Hang on. Come on.
Maybe I'll have to run out there.
It's a Dutch angle right now. You're a little crooked.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Scared the hell out of me.
I thought it was coming into my office.
And that pitch is going to be flying out to right field.
That's going to do it for the live camera.
We lost third base.
I mean, the camera moved and the ball went right to right field. So maybe foreshadowing there a little bit.
Billy's trying to dig himself out for putting a camera right on the fence.
Yep, he's like, oh crap, DJ's watching right now, and the camera
DJ
got hit.
is going to kick my ass. It's only $600 camera. I mean,
the only other thing that's going through his mind right now is I hope Brian's not watching.
Look at the angle, dude.
Yeah.
Right to Paige Ogden, and she picks it up, and a bang bang play doesn't get the call. And
look at that split.
What a stretch from.
Jeez.
What a stretch.
So this is me coaching, right? We always argue this play because when a great defensive play, you come out and you just argue just to kind of break the momentum a little bit, and you say, hey, this umpire, a great play. You're not going to end the game on that, you know?
That's a good point by Billy Mack.
Now Lexi Bartholomew will step in.
Yeah, I mean, it's 15-0, man. What, like,
yeah.
Kudos to the umpire for calling it the way he saw it.
And clearly there's 2 down here.
Give it the old Potesta.
Yeah.
Wrap her up.
Listen, I know we're at 353, but we got to stick through the end of this one.
Yeah. I got nowhere to be. It's T-ball night in America, baby.
That's right. It's the best night of the week.
Girls are amped up. They're probably sleeping right now.
Got to get that nap in.
I want Coach Oakley before I left. I said, better energize up, girls. Get that nap, get a popsicle, and let's roll.
Great popsicle?
Coco's a great one.
And that is going to be just foul.
I mean, this is... I always hated being in this spot.
Yeah.
Being down by a ton and being the last out.
2 down and it's you. Yeah.
Like, what do you do? I mean, you give it your all, hands down, but like...
Absolutely.
You hit a home run here and it doesn't do anything. It's like spitting in the wind.
Yeah, you come across and there's not even the excitement of a home run.
I can't believe that. Dude, we're going to have to replay that.
I can't wait to see it on the playback because we both jumped.
Oh, I got the giant TV next to me, though. Straight through. Here we go.
For the Ursuline Irish to take off and advance to the regional final. I shook you, didn't I? So, congratulations to the Ursuline Irish. 15-0 is your final.
Very minimal celebration. I mean, the Irish are just handling this like it's business. They know they have work to do, and that's what I like to see from a team that has high expectations. They're just, we won it, we're happy, but we got more work to do. You know, they're not celebrating like they just won a state championship.
So something I like to do after every game, you're not unfamiliar with this, is I like to pick a Baird brother player of the game, and let me look through here.
This lineup was so devastating, it's hard to just pick one.
Suspense is killing me.
Don't get much love. Let's go Alyssa Shealy. Alyssa Shealy was 3 for 4 today.
There it is.
A couple of RBIs, and that's going to be our Baird brother, or at least mine. How do you disagree with that?
I don't disagree at all.
Okay. So let's come to
Anthony's in a bad spot there.
Congratulations to the Youngstown Ursuline Fighting Irish as they will advance and take on the winner of South Range and
Tuslaw.
Massillon Tuslaw. So we'll be back
Coleslaw.
here. Stay tuned. Don't forget, $9.99 got you all the playoff games today. And we'll be back at 5 o'clock to catch that game.
Or for free right here on the Power Hour.
Around our YSN network, so stay tuned. Flip around. Then come back to us at 5 because this is the game you want to see.
There he goes. All right, so we'll get this off the screen. I mean, that was pretty cool, I think.
Yeah, and listen, I know we're about to go to our beef and filet. I think both of our filet is the same thing today.
It's badass.
That's cool.
That's really cool. The only thing that I wish we could do, I know I'll have to talk to Brian about getting like the scroller thing so that way you can play back.
Yeah.
That'd be cool to have.
Yeah, to go back and see that foul ball come right into your living room.
Dude, that shook me because that was right. I was like, that ball's coming. I was like, might have screamed a little bit. Yeah, I mean that's definitely a fillet for both of us. You got any beef? You got any other fillets?
My beef is that my lawn's a little bit high and I've got to go get that mowed at some point, but that's not a big beef. I enjoy doing lawn work.
Get it cut up, man. You're a sales guy now. You got plenty of time.
That's right. I was thinking about maybe just getting a goat and turning it loose.
Did I see that right?
What's that?
Amo beat Josh Sigler in golf last night?
Oh, man. I saw Sigler mention earlier that they were watching the show yesterday from the golf course.
Ice cold, dude. That is ice cold, Amo. I have a beef. I got tickets to both Indians games this weekend. It's supposed to rain all weekend.
That is a good beef on Memorial Day weekend. That's one of my favorite weekends of the year.
Here's the thing. You're probably going to miss 2 more no-hitters, Paige, so just save your money.
Oh, come on.
Go buy season tickets to the Pirates, and you'll be all right. You could buy with the same amount of money you bought 2 tickets to the Indians.
Neither team is sponsored yet.
No, I think we're good. I think we're safe. My beef is that it's beautiful today, and I've got no games to call. You know, it's kind of a beef and fillet because I like that everybody's chipping in. Everybody, Billy Mack and Anthony, obviously you just heard them, but like I feel like that kid that's kind of lost now because like I got my game. I got a great game yesterday. I don't know what I'm going to get. I know I'm on the schedule for tomorrow, but I'm getting pushed lower and lower on the schedule, and it's kind of like, wait a minute. What about me, guys? What about me?
You going to pull rank here soon and be like...
I don't pull rank. I try not to. I'm pulling rank on I don't know if it's Wednesday or Thursday. That Salem game, I'm pulling rank.
That's a huge thing, too, because that game's kind of pushed back now a little bit. So you'll get Lane Roads again on full rest.
2 p.m. 2 p.m. So, I mean, it's another situation where you can probably throw it on the Power Hour.
You'll have to teach Quinn how to do that.
Yeah, the later stages of the Power Hour or the early stages of the Power Hour and the later stages of that game probably, right where you want it for a regional semifinal. So I think it's going to be, and I hate to call out Canfield. I think it's going to be Canfield. I think it's going to be Canfield and Salem in Glen Oak on, Wednesday or Thursday? Poe was saying Wednesday. I was told last night Thursday.
I thought it was Thursday.
We're going to have to check that one out. So we'll see how that goes. But that's going to do it for the YSN Power Hour, an interactive version of the YSN Power Hour. So I hope everybody liked it. I hope everybody got something out of it. Somebody's upset. So who's upset? Michael Page is angry. He's angry at me.
He's angry at your Indians comment.
I'll give him the old Steve Leslie. That's going to do it for the YSN Power Hour. Special thanks to our sponsors. Special thanks to the hecklers in the YSN universe, and special thanks to you, Matt, as well as to Quinn Pushkar for showing up today. We'll have our weekly wrap-up tomorrow from 3 to 4 right here on Your Sports Network. But until then, what do we do?